Generous welcome and introduction, and welcome everyone. I'm delighted you're here. Partners, fellow colleagues, leaders, future friends, and current contributors. And I want to welcome especially those of you who are with us for the first time this morning. You who are learning or who wish to deepen your understanding of who we are and what we do, because this breakfast is especially for you. Indeed, we Samaritans have a heart for learners, for those who participate in their own change, who are part of the process. Those who are lost inside themselves, who can't find a way out. Those struggling in poverty, who can't find a home or a job. Those who, following the Samaritan story, feel stuck in the ditch of life and just need a hand up. Now the ditch may be the result of bad breaks or bad choices, of failed public policy, or the growing chasm of income disparity in our region, or all of the above. But you know what? None of that matters when a Samaritan caseworker sits down with a participant. That's the name we have for our clients, participant. Because then the only questions that matter are, do you want life to be better? And what would that look like? Are you ready to make some changes in your life? And are you ready to participate in that process of change? And in particular, we've set a plan. Will you set goals and take specific, manageable next steps to meet those goals? And you know what? If you say yes, then you'll receive all the coaching, counseling, and accountability you need. Probably more than you want, but you will receive all that you need. It's the proverbial hand up, and it's just because you made that choice. Now, I'm saying you, but many of you are thinking he doesn't mean me. I'm not homeless, and I'm certainly not stuck in a ditch. But come on, folks. Raise your hand if you've been stuck at one time or another in this life. Raise your hand. Is there anybody that hasn't raised their hand? Because you're not listening. And that concerns me. What our participants receive in the Next Step program is what we all need to receive from some source. It's rigorous compassion, which is really two things. On the one hand, it's support and encouragement. And on the other hand, it's challenge and accountability. It's what your spouse or your partner or your pastor or your best friend says to you that you would rather not hear. Can I get an amen? Amen. Yeah, it's the truth in love. You see, rigorous compassion is a gift that empowers us to grow, and Samaritan Ministry offers that gift to folks who have no one else to offer it. That is, until they come through our doors. And over 1,000 folks do that every year, including the formerly incarcerated, the homeless, the jobless, the working poor, and those living with HIV or AIDS. In a moment, you're going to hear a testimony from Larry Gooch, a returning citizen, who will tell you how much easier it was to stay stuck than to choose change. But who did exactly that through rigorous coaching from lead caseworker Adrian Vaughn in the Southeast office. But there's another key ingredient in our empowerment recipe, if you will. So when we invite a participant into the Next Step process, we also invite ourselves. A quote that's been on my office door since our earliest day reads, some of you have it memorized, I know, praise God. If you have come to help me, you are wasting your time. But if you have come because your liberation is bound up in mine, then let us work together. Let us work with each other. Almost 30 years later, that wisdom still speaks to who we are and what we're about. We weren't founded to help people, but to participate in their liberation with the implied invitation that they would participate in ours. And this requires a level of compassion, commitment, and vulnerability not found in many places. But then Samaritan Ministry is not just any place. We're a pioneer nonprofit in a city struggling with the ever-widening gap between rich and poor, between those of us who do exceptionally well and those of us just trying to get a toehold in life. And we rely heavily on volunteers because we believe in mutual empowerment. Yes, we're frugal, but that's not why we do it. In a community partnership where everyone is impacted. Everyone. So shortly you'll hear testimony from the Reverend Vincent Harris, servant leader extraordinaire, who will witness to the impact of the work on ourselves. So when we speak of partnership, we do so honestly and intentionally, as the essence of how we cultivate change in ourselves and in our communities. Our partnership, I like to say, is a community of communities that includes more than 200 regulars who are volunteer staff, partner, and board leaders. And our partnership is both a collaboration of multiple service providers and a council, as Bishop Marianne said, of 55 partner churches and schools throughout the region, Northern Virginia, all 4 quadrants of the district, and Maryland. It's a partnership that has both deep roots and powerful wings. Roots and wings that are now converging to define a new vision for Samaritan Ministry. What does that vision look like? It's a wheel with many spokes. In the wheel's hub is the next step methodology, our approach. And on the rim is the partnership, empowering us to creatively engage a wider community through shared mission, education, and collective action. Numerous spokes suggest new points of entry for engaging participants and partners. Satellite centers, such as our collaboration with 5 nonprofits known as the Skyland Workforce Center, and a family and community caseworker for parents of boys at the Bishop Walker School for Boys in Anacostia. Video testimony you will see momentarily. So the wheel is under construction, but it's already rolling in new directions. Satellite centers at partner parishes are planned for later this year, and eventually we expect to see spokes for direct entry-level employment and access to affordable housing. This hand up is crucial for our participants to get that toehold in life that they need in our overpriced, underemployed region, while at the same time broadening the spectrum of participants we serve to include struggling families and the chronically homeless. Now, all this is really inspiring. It is to me, and I know it is to you. But it's inspiring precisely because it reminds us that our liberation is found in relationship to the stranger who is really our neighbor. The truth that we try to live at Samaritan Ministry. So as you listen to Vincent and Larry and Carter Eccles, I invite you to consider not only what you can offer of your own time, talent, and treasure in this ministry, but also the possibility that by offering it, you will grow in ways that you never asked for or could imagine. And what greater gift could we receive? Thank you for coming. Thank you for being the gifts that you are, not just for each other, but especially for our would-be neighbor stuck in the ditch, who is you and me.